All right, dude. So
I'm gonna get the hold on, let me get the timer. Okay, go for it, go for it, go for it.
my dog. So last night, so we cooked pork Sunday, and so we've been having it
Uh,
for.
what kind of pork here?
I think it was pork shoulder.
How'd you do it? Smoke
I
it, or did you put?
I smoked it. Well,
Okay.
I was the pellet grill. You know what it is.
Oh yeah, to move it.
I would yeah. I think it's a smoker.
Yeah, I mean
The
it
pellet
was a pit boss,
grill.
right?
Yeah, pit boss. Is that what is that? A smoker? Is that a
I think
grill?
it smokes. If it's pellet, if it's fed like feeds pellets into it, I think it smokes.
I
Because
think
grill would be like charcoal or like wood fire, like.
well, it has a grill on it, and
Well, it
you
has
can
like
grill burgers on it and grill hot dogs on it.
what kind of with pellets? No,
But I mean, there's a burner, and then when I think of a grill is like a metal
it's like the
grill, or
grates.
is oh, that's a great, yeah.
So it has grates on it,
Never
yeah.
mind.
But
Anyways,
then, well, I'm
you know,
interested. Sorry, I don't want to
yeah,
interrupt your story.
yeah.
So, um, so you smoked. Okay, so it's pellets.
Let's
You
just
left it
yeah.
in there for like a long amount of
Okay, so
time.
what I did was we have what kind of rub? I have a rub that my brother-in-law gave me. It's no, sorry, not brisket, pork rub. So thawed it out, obviously, and then put the rub on there, patted it on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gotta get it nice and
Did you
tender.
use a binder?
No,
You know what I'm talking about?
like a honey
So you can do like
kind of thing,
honey or like
or
mustard or anything like that. Just kind of get the. So that's
ooh.
so
I've heard of
whenever
honey. I've not heard of mustard.
so
That
whenever
sounds
we
good though.
do or you do barbecue sauce, but whenever you ever smoked a bologna,
No.
gotta smoke. So you get it's like a log, but it's called a chub. It's called a chub of
Chub.
bologna. So it's like yay big, like 5 pounds. And then what you do is you score it. So you kind of cut deep lines into it, going this way and this way.
Yeah.
I guess it'd be vertical and horizontal, depending on which way you're looking at it, but both ways. And then you get yeah,
Wait, back up. You sorry, I missed that part. You have to
so you
cut it
score it. Yeah, so you cut like
not
it
all the way, just like
like
little
an
slice.
inch deep,
Okay.
like an inch deep. You do it like just all the way down and then all the way long ways, all the way around. Okay, and then you get like a mustard or something, and then
Dog number.
yeah, you just rub mustard all over it, and then you kind of get it down in the score,
Yeah.
like the crevices that you created with your scores, and then you put your seasoning all over it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then
What
so
kind of
then
seasoning would you put on a bologna?
just kind of whatever you want, really, because
I feel like
it's
a
just
bologna is
it's
like
like a big hot dog.
yeah.
It's kind of just like a big hot dog.
Mm.
A little different flavor profile, but like it's essentially it's like just a bunch of meat ground up together. So you can just put whatever the hell you want on it. But and then smoke it at like you smoke it low and slow. So like
Yeah.
250 for like a hot minute. And then like the last hour to 30 minutes, you go in, put your sauce on it, and then it gets it nice and sticky on there. It's amazing. It's amazing. My friend did it for me in college one time, and then I've ever since then. It's like whenever we get the chance, I always smoke a bologna. But anyway, so back to your pork.
I really speaking about bologna. Sorry, I want to keep talking about this because
No,
I love barbecue and I love barbecue.
Big barbecue guy.
You ever been to Billy Sims?
That was my go-to barbecue spot.
Well,
I'm
like,
from Oklahoma, so Billy Sims was my go-to
yeah,
go-to barbecue spot.
the Heisman is what I always get with I think brisket. So
Yeah.
it would have brisket on it,
Mhm.
bologna, like a slice of bologna on it,
Mhm.
and sausage.
Yeah.
So
I would do like
so good.
I would always do like a pulled pork sandwich, or then later,
Mhm.
like when I was, like when you're a child, like you're very particular about what you eat.
Yeah.
So it's like as I kind of got older, I'd get like a 3 meat thing,
Yeah.
and I would do, turkey kind of gets slept on as barbecue because everybody's like, oh, it's dry, like whatever. I had some. Courtney went up to my girlfriend went up to Kansas City, brought back some barbecue. Kansas City has great barbecue.
Yeah.
The turkey was like
Agree.
out of this fucking world,
Really?
man. Oh, it was so good. Even day late. Like it's
Yeah.
I mean, not even fresh. But yeah, it always like multi-meat plate, something like that.
Dude, got to.
Big baked beans guy.
Yeah.
Baked beans,
Mashed,
mash, mash.
no. Potato salad.
Oh no.
No,
I don't do
say that.
I do baked beans, or I'll do mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, and recently, big coleslaw guy.
Yeah, I like coleslaw.
Big
with barbecue.
I'm like there for a little bit. Anywhere I went that had coleslaw, I would order coleslaw and just like try to like compare.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, I think it's good because it's like a nice cold, kind of
it's
wet.
refreshing.
Like you're eating hot barbecue, sometimes
Yeah,
a little spicy, and then you get
it's
a little
refreshing.
refreshing.
It's refreshing.
Yeah. Billy Sims, I think it was. I can't remember, but their potato salad. One of their potato salads so good, dude.
I'm
I
just
freaking love
I'm
potato
just
salad.
not a potato salad
I'm a
guy.
big potato guy.
I love potatoes,
If
just
I
not a
could be
big
an
potato salad guy.
Irishman, I would be Irishman and just grow potatoes in Ireland
Is that
because I
is that
love.
a stereotype?
Would I get canceled because of that? When the IRA comes, like, hey, no,
I mean, I mean,
get your
potatoes.
boy.
Yeah, that, I mean that's very Irish. But yeah, go ahead. So,
Smoking the pork.
smoking the pork.
I did 3.5 hours at 250
Okay.
uncovered, and I do it in a styrofoam, like something you can throw away, a pan.
Styrofoam?
Not styrofoam, not
It's
styrofoam. That would burn. That would be
yeah, that'd be
disgusting.
bad. It's
And like a tin foil,
like a
really
tin
hard.
pan.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know it's the disposable
Yeah.
ones.
Throw
Yeah,
it in
yeah, yeah.
there. Leave it not wrapped.
Mm-hmm.
Had a whatever, and then about 3.5 hours, and then at the 3.5 hour mark, I drizzle a whole bunch of honey on it,
Mm-hmm.
a whole bunch of honey on it, and then I wrap it. Maybe I'm missing some parts
Are
because it's a little
you
dry.
so okay? So here's the thing. With pork, like apples and pork go really good together. Like
Mm.
that's kind of just the combo. So
Ooh.
what you do is when you're doing a pork, get you a spray bottle, put apple juice in it, and then just every so often just spritz it.
Yeah.
Just keeps it moist.
Mm.
And then when you wrap it, I like to put butter on top.
Ooh.
So when you wrap something,
I,
put
I
butter
need
in
to.
it, and on top, then it just kind of just gets juicy.
I need to do
It
that next
because it
time.
dried out.
I need to do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
you gotta help it
I
a little
definitely need
bit.
to do that. Also, it was on a Sunday, so it was like I do something and then like I'm off doing something with a kid or
Yeah,
with Sarah because it was like our day off together. So we
yeah,
just tried to do as much thing as we can.
yeah,
But next time I definitely needed to do more with it because it was a little dry, and so I put a lot of barbecue sauce. But
yeah,
in that, I mean, it's
yeah.
pork.
I want
I
to.
enjoyed pork.
I think when we move into like a little bigger house with a little bit more space, I want to get kind of a bigger because you guys. I mean, your pit boss is pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen ours. We have like a little green mountain. It's kind
Mm-hmm.
of it's portable.
Yeah.
It's kind of the appeal. So you can like, and it even comes with like a car jack, so you can plug it in like your car and like go camping
Ooh,
with it and
yeah.
stuff. So I mean, that's kind of cool. And then we have a
Mm-hmm.
Blackstone. Love the
Mm-hmm.
Blackstone.
Yeah.
Super easy. Like do breakfast on there, burgers on there. We were
Mm-hmm.
doing all sorts of stuff on there.
Yeah.
Haven't used it in a while, but Blackstone. I feel like you'd probably know like a Blackstone.
Blackstone.
Yeah.
I I think one of the things as becoming a dad, you have to know how to cook meat.
I'm
And you have
I'm
to.
not there.
I know, dude.
That's a Courtney thing. She's the grill
Oh,
master.
she's the.
Oh, I like to cook inside. Like if I'm doing a steak,
You're an eater guy. You like to eat.
oh yeah, but if I'm doing a
Yeah.
steak, I'll do a steak inside in a pan.
Yeah.
So then I'll you can kind of get in there butter and like baste it and stuff.
Dude,
I'm
you have to.
steak in a pan, but
Steak in a pan with butter.
she does a great steak on the smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, steak on the smoker.
Yeah.
I really need to get better about smoking meats and
Oh
really
well, I
cooking
mean
meats because I love eating meat.
we're like
You know what I'm saying?
big meat guy.
Big meat guy.
But her family beef, cattle. So like we got lots of beef. So we love the red meat.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So anyway, so you're talking about the
Anyways, finish it. 3 days later,
yeah
every night I've been giving our dog a little bit of pork.
yeah
Last night, because we do about our rule is 3 days, and then like we try to throw it out or put it in the freezer.
yeah. Can you
What?
I mean, so if you cook it, you can freeze it and then unfreeze it.
Yes, then it should be fine. Because I had one time I had cooked brisket and I had it in the freezer for like a month or two, and then I pulled it out, put some on rice.
I'm so confused about like the freezing and unfreezing rules on foods.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about that. I
Because I
should
feel like
learn more.
if it's frozen,
Frozen should be
what's wrong with refreezing something?
like. Are you saying if it's been frozen for a month, you take it out and you're like, no, and you put it back in,
Yeah,
kind of thing?
what's wrong with that? Yeah, if it's cooked, right, it's fine. But what if it's raw? Like what if it's like a steak and you thaw it? You're like, yeah, I don't really want to eat this. Freeze it again.
I would say it's not good.
Why would that be bad?
Well, how are you thawing it? Are you
Just
just leaving it in the fridge?
well, bag in a freezer, yeah. Man, how's that bad? What's wrong with that?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm very.
You're the biology guy though.
I am the biology guy, but that's also meat. That's like a. That's what do you call it? That's a thing. It's not biology. It's a thing for food. It's
Oh,
because you can go to school for food.
like nutrition, like a nutritionist.
I guess yeah, but also
There's like an ology for it.
yes, there's a. I should have turned on my computer before then.
Wow, a rookie mistake.
Yeah.
What are we? Third episode right now.
Yeah, this would be technically
Third.
third.
We're gonna call it our second. But so what happened?
Anyways,
what happened with the dog?
We give a lot on the last night. We give the dog a lot. We also set down the pan, set down our pots so she can lick them up, so it's easier to clean.
Yeah.
Today, sometimes when we give her too much,
Oh,
it's not good.
shits.
Yes. So today, I walked her in the morning.
Yeah.
And then poop was a little running. I was like, oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then I come back home after Sarah and I have a breakfast. I sleep. I go mow, and I noticed she was barking a lot from the inside. I was like, okay, that's a little weird. Usually she just watches.
Yeah.
Me. And I get done mowing. I'm like, all right, I think about running. So I go, let's go run. So I get inside, about to change my shoes. I notice like there's a little musk.
That's not right. That's not
right. I'm like walking around, and like there's just this brown, some solid, some not solid, just on the carpet.
Oh no!
Literally the only carpet in the house.
Yeah.
Okay. Luckily, it wasn't on my son's room or our room, but it was in the living room.
Oh, yeah, because bedrooms have carpet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like literally, like
couldn't have been on the tile. It'd be super easy to clean.
Could have been on the wood floor.
Yeah.
Or even the cement floor at the bottom of the stairs, which would have been a good spot.
Yeah.
But now we have a stain on our white carpet.
We actually have a
like we have that scrubber pet remover kind of thing.
We
like a little bit.
We have it's a vacuum, but it's like with water. Like a wet vacuum. We have one of those. So it has like you can put like some sort of detergent or something in it, and it's like a shampooer almost. If you need to borrow that.
Yeah.
I mean, you let us borrow your weed eater, which we still have at the house.
I might need to take that back. At least the batteries, if that's all right.
Oh, well, yeah, it's yours. Take all of it. I'm holding it hostage.
You know what? I was kind of nervous. You're gonna say no.
No, it's yours. Take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you need to borrow the shampooer, 100%. I don't know if it would help, but I mean, it couldn't hurt.
I'm sure it would.
It couldn't hurt
because like I
at least
it
really
get
well. Get it really clean. So since it's a stain, right? It's a brown stain. There's still shit particles. In the thing, right? That's what that is.
Yeah.
It's not didn't just stain it. It didn't just stain it the color, right? Like there's still poop in there.
I think that's what a stain is. Like a stain would still like if you have a
not just
stain
color.
on your shirt.
It didn't just leave the color behind. It left like.
It's not like a bad stain. It's like.
Well, but
you can notice like if you really stare at it.
Well, yeah, okay, but like so, but
there's poop.
Now I'm getting at
if you smell it, if you put your face up to
right.
it,
but now I'm getting at what's the essence of a stain? Is a stain
it's
like
leftover particles of what was there? So there's
right,
leftover particles.
But is there still like so? Okay, so let's just use the poop for example.
Yeah.
So is there still poop there, or did it just leave the brown color? Like if I were to spill
what is the color?
If I was to spill like Kool-Aid, red Kool-Aid on the carpet, and I clean it up, it's not wet anymore. I got all the Kool-Aid up, but it's still red there. Is there still Kool-Aid in there?
I think,
or does it just leave the color?
I think technically that's still Kool-Aid because the color is the Kool-Aid.
But
Kool-Aid is the color,
right? But then it's dry though. Kool-Aid's a liquid. How could it be there if it's not in liquid form?
Well, if you leave like a couple drops on this tile table, it will dry.
No. Well, it'll evaporate.
It will evaporate.
So where does the color go? Because there's no color there,
dude. But you can wipe it up, right? You can.
Well, yeah. Then the color goes onto the rag.
Is the sugar?
Am I being an idiot? I feel like that's a fair question. So
it is a fair question.
You still have poop in your rug.
Yes. So technically, yes.
So you need
There's still a little bit of
okay.
poop in
So
it. So
let's
I do need
let's
what you.
yeah, let's shampoo it.
Is that what the vacuum called?
I don't know. That's what I'm
Yeah.
gonna call it.
Well, I was doing that pet cleaner or whatever. I was scrubbing it,
Do you
but
want
I
to
definitely
go?
put some baking
Do I
soda
need to
on
go
it.
grab it and like display it for the podcast?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
I mean, we can
Let me.
show it
Let's
off.
here.
Show it
You
off.
stay here. I'll go grab it. We'll do a little show and tell with the shampooer. Let me find it.
At our grocery store, we have something like that.
Well, let me. Well, okay. So it's over here. The head is like. Okay, we'll just go grab one of these things. So like
That would be pretty clutch.
yeah, so you so it's like this, right?
Yeah.
And then there's like a tank of water right here. Or like a tank right there, and then you put like the stuff in here and then you I don't
Yes.
so this is like that's like the hose.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of works up and then all the dirty water goes in there, I think.
Mm.
She had to clean something with it, so we're like she soaked the head like left like the actual like head thing like in like some vinegar or something like that to kind of like let it soak and clean. But
yeah,
so I mean I feel like that would be beneficial for you.
what's that brand name called?
I think it's I don't know. Is it Abyssal? Yeah, it's Abyssal.
Hey, Abysmal, if you wanna sponsor us, go for it. We will clean our carpets while we're podcasting.
I think it's hilarious that I'm like all the way like back porch like, and
Yeah.
they can 100% still hear me.
Yeah,
They can 100% still hear me, but I can't hear what you're saying. So I'm just back there, just like trying to set it back down,
Yeah.
just grunting into the thing, just like 'cause it's kind of heavy, and I was having to reach it. Yes. Okay. So, what were you looking up? Oh, were you gonna look up the freezing and the refreezing?
yeah, I was. Yeah,
I'm assuming it's just a bacteria type thing, but see, I don't understand stains. I guess I just don't get stains because you clean it all up, the stain should be gone.
yes, yeah.
But then why does it just it always just leaves like a little bit of the color behind?
A little bit of something. I'm sure that's just because you.
No way. So I'm saying, but you like sit there and you scrub it, like all that poop has to be up. There's still poop there. I don't know. It's confusing.
Yeah.
But man, what were we talking about before the podcast?
You may wonder whether meat can be frozen more than once. This article reviews whether it's safe or I don't want to read the whole article.
Yeah.
Just tell me if it's safe or not. Right at the edge, it's like, yeah, you can do it.
Just fucking tell me.
You're pissed off at it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care about freezing or refreezing anymore.
I mean, well,
are you interested in it?
No. I'm just wondering if I'm gonna get sick off of it because I am prone to getting food poisoning. I've got food poisoning
3 times or you twice?
3. No,
for sure twice.
For sure,
in like
twice
the last month.
In the last month and a half.
Yeah, like 6 weeks. Probably like 5-6 weeks.
Yes, and I don't know what it is, dude. I used to have gut of steel, but now like I'm starting to like be a little bit healthy. You're like, nah, dude.
Well, so high school, really bad stomach problems.
Really?
Like, I mean, I would get like stomach like problems like once or twice a week.
Yeah.
So I was like, at a certain point, I was like, dude, do I have like IBS or like Crohn's or something? Mm-hmm. Like, it was bad.
Yeah.
And then get to college, no problems for like 6 years.
Yeah.
Like, just nothing. I could eat whatever the fuck I wanted, whenever I wanted, drink as much as I want, do whatever. Like, wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
Right? Then all of a sudden, get out of college, start working. Like, past a year, dude, it's like, I don't know.
Do you think, because in college.
Oh, we can talk about this. Yeah, keep going.
Do you think in college you're not as stressed, and then once you get into the adult world, you're a little? I don't know.
I was pretty stressed in college.
Yeah,
I was pretty stressed.
Usually, stress can affect your gut.
Were you not stressed in college?
I mean, yeah, I was stressed, but like stress now compared to college, I'm like,
I feel like I'm
literally nothing.
I feel like I'm way less stressed now.
Really? Well, I also have a kid.
Yeah, you have a kid.
So I feel like
I have that weight off my shoulder.
Yeah.
The biggest stress. I don't even know what I mean, obviously my job is stressful,
but like that's something you want to do and you really enjoy. You really enjoy your job. really enjoy doing that thing.
Are we gonna get super deep right now?
We can, yeah.
I enjoy my job.
Let's just.
I 100%. Yeah. Where were you? Where were you? Where were you
You know what?
looking?
I don't know.
What did you
Just
just?
set
What
it
did you
back up,
just
zip it
spread?
up,
What did you
and
just
just
spread right there?
push it over.
um, I do. I do. I enjoy my job. Like I like doing it. I have a lot on my plate just with the way it's set up. Like I
Yeah.
don't have anybody else in my particular program. Like it's just me doing everything, which is fine. Um, but it's a lot of stress, and I oversee a lot of people too. You know what I mean? I have a lot of like in my profession, you have a lot of responsibility, right?
Yes.
And so it's very stressful, like getting everything done. Like I have to manage everything.
Yeah.
Your wife can sympathize.
Yes.
They're very understaffed.
Absolutely.
They're very understaffed over there. And so it's like, do I enjoy what I do? Yes. Are there things that make it stressful? Definitely. Are there things that at this place in particular make it more stressful than in other places? 100%. But I like the work environment. I love the work environment. Love the people I work with.
Makes it a lot easier.
Oh yeah, like I enjoy going to work and like seeing the people that I work with, like going and talking to people. Like that's a big problem too. Is like I'll just get caught up in conversation with people for like hours.
Yeah.
And I don't get anything done. But it's like just because like we all actually enjoy working with each other. Like I'm like pretty much all my friends are like for work or work adjacent.
Yeah.
And so that's a big plus. But I mean, there's just a lot of stress because then it's like my job is performance based as well. But the performance is not necessarily my performance. It's the people I'm over, right? It's their performance. And then there's certain benchmarks I have to hit, right?
Which I mean, it shouldn't be too hard because usually people want to come to that place. I mean, you know what? I shouldn't say much.
Well, no, but I'm saying I don't disagree with you, but I feel like this place in general, it's a little bit more difficult than other places.
Yeah.
Like where I work in particular, that portion of the job is a little bit more difficult than other places because of location, the school, like just the way the school's set up, things like that. Yeah. Great, it's a great school, but I shouldn't have said school. But that's fine, whatever.
I mean, it's not.
I'm being very general.
Yeah.
But yeah, so overall, I enjoy my job. But yes, it can be stressful, but it's not as stressful as school was. Because in school is like I had constant deadlines. Like when I was playing sports, like I was very like I had to like perform well. Otherwise, I wasn't going to get to like compete. And so I just constant. I mean, you played sports in college, so there's like. That. And did you start in college when you played?
I started in special teams.
Okay, so it's like it's like. Especially in football, it's like if you don't perform, you're not playing.
Yeah.
And so that's like kind of just a
you know what? Now I'm all that stress is flooding back.
That's like a constant.
I want to stop this.
That's like a constant. It's a constant weight on your shoulder.
Yeah.
No, it is. And then in your sport, it's particularly difficult because it's like outside. Because I played golf in college. I feel like I've said that before. In golf, it's like it's objective. Because in golf, you play a round of golf, and you have an objective number at the end of the round. Yeah. That's like, okay, I played better than this person, right?
Yeah, you
I did well enough. Facts. I did well enough to be on the traveling team.
Yeah.
But in football, it's subjective, right?
Yeah.
It's the coach's point of view and what they see, right? There's not really a whole lot of quantifiable facts, except for if you're in games and stats. Yeah.
Who you're hitting? How big is this guy?
Yeah, you can really. And coaches in sports like that can really play favorites.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, oh, it's my discretion. But in golf, it's like, how are you going to pick him over me? I beat him by X amount of strokes.
Yeah, like, that's a lot easier.
So that's a little bit more easy. So your sport is definitely, I could see a little bit more stress because it's kind of out of your hands.
And also is a lot more physical. A lot more bruises, a lot more head hitting. Yeah, now that you bring it up.
A lot more physically demanding.
Yeah.
And then you also have just like the regular stress of just being 18 to 22 years old and not knowing what the hell's going on, and like societal pressures, and like you're at a weird place where it's like you're trying to like earn a degree so you can become an adult. But it's like if you act too much like an adult, then you're a fucking nerd. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm like, no, I'm not gonna go drink tonight. It's like, all right, pussy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
so it's like you have that type of pressure, but then it's like it's just a weird time in everybody's life. Like I was like extremely stressed, like all throughout
yeah.
college.
I was the younger me. I was I'm still a really positive guy,
Oh, I used to be so negative.
but
Sorry, keep going.
I think I was positive to the point where like I would almost be like, you know what, I'm not worried about that. Fuck that. Like,
Oh yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But I do remember some days being so stressed out and so like mad that I didn't like. There was a couple plays where I fucked up,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, man, like you really need to get tomorrow. Like there was a lot of factors that came into going to practice. Like, did I take my pre workout? Did I
Mm-hmm.
take a nap today? Because usually a nap. You're 25 already.
Yeah, we're cruising.
Yeah,
Do you want to try? Do you want to do just an hour, or do you have time to push it? I know you're going out of town tomorrow, but
I am going a little bit early.
what time are you guys leaving?
Well, we're leaving after the volleyball game.
Oh,
Maybe we can talk about this later.
yeah. Do you have work tomorrow?
I do.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's a lot going on, but I mean, it is what it is. Um,
Well, you can feel it out. We'll get to a point and then you can feel it
it
out.
was, yeah. Anyways, there was a lot of factors that came out
Yeah.
of freaking college, whatever.
Well, and then just the physicality of your sport is so different. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's obviously it's yours is extremely mental as well, but a lot more physical. And it's I feel like mine's like
Mm-hmm.
golf was like mental turned to like a
Yeah,
thousand
I
because that's
want
all it is.
golf. I feel like I heard to this somewhere, but I want to say like 95% mental,
Yeah.
almost.
Well, I mean, so if you once you get to a level where like you can play the game well,
Yeah.
it's all mental. Because that's the difference between like, there's in golf there's it's a one of the more popular sports now. A lot of people are playing it.
Yeah.
But like at the high school level and the college level, it's like, it's not one of those sports where you have to go to the University of Alabama to go pro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to get drafted out of a
Yeah.
D1 school. You can just go play anywhere. You cannot play in college
Yeah.
and still go qualify for professional tournaments. So it's like there's a lot of good players. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people that can hit the ball straight, get it up on the green, two putt, make
Yeah.
pars, shoot good scores, right? But then the difference between being good and great is just literally in your head at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the difference between what gets people to the next level and what keeps people where they're at. And
Mm-hmm.
I was one of those people that just I stayed where I was at.
Yeah.
I didn't figure out the mental side of it until too late. Like I was probably a senior,
Yeah.
and because like I was like super hard on myself mentally,
Mm-hmm.
like because it's nobody else's fault but your own.
Yeah.
Like that's a sport where it's like you literally do not rely on anybody else for your performance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I was so like just hard on myself like all throughout my career, up until the end, and that's when I really kind of turned a corner. But man, dude, my whole career is like I just beat the shit out of myself mentally. Like it
Mm-hmm.
was, I was so hard. Like it was, and this is what I tell. Well, I mean, this is what I tell my players now. Like cat's out the bag. I'm a golf coach. This is what I tell my players now is that you can't do that to yourself. You have to, if you have a bad hole, you have a bad round, you have to move on because at the end of the day, it's like you're not your golf score, right?
Yeah.
And that's I lived and died by my golf score, right?
Yeah.
If I had a bad day on the course, don't like I was done for the next 2 days. Like
Yeah.
I was just mentally out. Um,
Man.
if I had a good score, like I was riding high.
Yeah.
I was like, oh fucking yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
But so once I got past that, then I started really playing good golf consistently. And now when I play, obviously the pressure is completely off because I don't have any. There's no reason for me to perform well. So I'm playing the best golf I've ever played in my life.
Yeah.
To a point where I'm like, fuck, dude, do I like really try again and like really try to really get good?
Yeah.
But then there's just, I mean, life gets in the way because golf takes forever. It's not like
It's a long
it's a long
day.
it's a long day. So it's like I don't have time to do that. But
Yeah.
I'm around the game enough now where it's like I could probably put a little bit more into it. But I mean, so I had a lot of like personal stress, and then too, I was getting an accounting degree,
Yeah.
and I wasn't good at it. I wasn't good at it. It wasn't really. I mean, because you did biology. Was biology kind of always what you wanted to do, like in college?
Yes and no.
Like what? So if you like
I was just kind of doing it.
in a perfect world, like what would have been like what would you have majored in college? Like
Well,
if you didn't,
now
if it didn't matter about the job at the end of the day, like what career you were going to use it to get, what would like money's not a factor. What would you have majored in?
money's not a factor.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about getting a job after college.
I think I obviously want to have, because I went to school because I wanted to play football, and that's the only place where I really felt like I would play football there.
That's, I mean, that's all I picked. I just wanted to go play golf.
If I really wanted to do it over again, now that I'm in the real world, or like going back on your thing that I was going to get a job, I'd really go into more of the wildlife biology because there's like better places, like better schools that I'm just Fort Hayes is really well, does really well in that kind of things, like biologist, being a marine biologist, being a field biologist.
I feel like I've heard of that.
Yeah. So like you can take like master classes where like you are just specifically just focusing on, like, you choose a project.
Yeah.
And like one of the girls I worked with in one of the summers, she was just strictly a stream biologist and looking for one endangered fish in this uh, river basin. So like that's what she was doing all summer. So
she was getting paid to do that.
Yeah, so she was getting paid and also paying others to help her go through these rivers and see and like know everything about these rivers, know the stream length, whatever, and finding these certain kind of really cool fish in Kansas, Southwest Kansas. Like that's what she chose to do. So all school year, she'd learn about it. She'd also write papers. Well, I mean, that's what master's program is all about. You at the end, well, in the biology world or whatever biologist world, the whole 2 years or 1 year, however long it is, you make a documented paper that you publish.
Kind of like a thesis.
Yeah, kind of like a thesis, and like so you have people that debate you and like, hey, that's not all right.
Yeah,
like, people it's like you know what I mean. I don't know what counting is different, but
well, so
I would definitely do something like that because that'd be awesome. Like something with deers or something with. I really enjoyed the rivers. Small streams was really cool because there's so many.
Well, you've been wanting to get into fishing, right?
Yeah,
I think we need to do it, man. I need a hobby like that. I need an outdoor hobby, and I really, because we have good trout fishing, like not far away.
Yeah, not too far away.
Like an hour.
Yeah.
So I think
that'd be fun.
That'd be something I would like be into. Just go out we should go out like early on like a Saturday morning. If you don't have, do you work on Saturdays?
Yeah.
Do you work on Sundays?
No.
So I'm just getting so many Snapchats right now. But who uses Snapchat? Fucking 16.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I think that'd be like a good hobby. Just get out like early on like a Saturday or Sunday. And just go fishing.
Having a hobby that's peaceful like that would be
just
would be very
get away from the phone.
Yeah, don't even bring your phones, or even just
leave them in the truck.
Just in case you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, we need your phone.
Just something, especially being out in the wild.
Yeah,
like that.
Just getting out there.
Because today I was mowing my lawn. The last few days I've been really thinking about, since I have a 60-pound drawback bow. I've been really wanting to find like a spot where I can.
You could do it in the backyard. You could do it in your backyard.
Yes. So I found a spot past all the bushes where it's flat enough where I could probably make it a level ground for where I can stand, but at least 20 yards. That I'm really thinking, because I have a target. Yeah. I really want to buy a plywood or whatever cheap, like 5x5 or maybe like a 10x10, just so I don't miss it and like kill someone.
Well, have you? Have you seen like they're basically like cube targets and they're like
that's what I got.
They're like it's a
it's a cube target, but it's a 60-pound drawback, and I feel like my bow arrows would just go through it. So I don't know. I have to try it like once or twice.
Oh, so you want to have a backstop? Is what you're saying?
I want to have a backstop that's a little bit wider. Like, see if I really mess up the shot, I'm not killing someone. But like I have it in a spot where like I know I won't hit anyone, but I don't know if anyone's like just frolicking through the woods back there.
You don't have a fence, so
no, I don't have a fence. Yeah, and my wife was saying like, "Oh, just use the fence by the house." I was like, either way I do it, I could probably go through the wall in our house or the neighbor's house. So like, no, or if I miss it, I can hit someone driving by.
Yeah, you need to do it like, almost like, you can't go just straight up that hill in the back of your house, because then what if you just sail one? There's a school back there.
Yeah, there's a whole like middle school and high school there.
Yeah.
Like, so I think I have it pointed in a good direction. And like, there's so many woods and things that I don't
It
think
would
people
catch
find.
it. It would catch it.
And also, it
Oh,
kind of
are
angled a
you
little
talking
bit.
about going like, so if this is your house, are you talking about going this way? Like shooting this way?
Yes, at an angle that goes east. So we're at my house, the house, and then you know how you pulled back into it to put stuff in. So that curve, and you go past these two, like a hedge kind of thing. It's behind that hedge. If you're walking
Oh,
out towards the
you
high
know what's
school to the left.
right. You know what's crazy is I've
What?
been wanting to get into archery as well.
Yeah. So I really want to do that, and
I
then
want to
like,
get a compound, just like get a compound bow,
yeah,
and then potentially get into bow hunting.
you can. Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about the hunting part, but
I actually kind of want to do a hunting kind of thing.
see, so
Have you ever
now,
hunted?
no, no,
I've hunted once.
that's never been my thing. My dad used to go when I was a kid, but then he kind of stopped. But
Yeah.
I always enjoyed just shooting guns,
Mm.
like just target shooting. But if I was gonna hunt, I feel like I'd want to bow hunt. Like I don't want to sit up in a tree and just wait. I
Yeah.
want to like get out there like in the shit and like stalk a deer or
Yeah,
something.
that'd be fun.
Like get because with the bow, like your bow hunt, you got to get inside like 50 yards.
Mm-hmm.
To
Gotta
really
get
like
good at it.
yeah. So you got to like stalk right up on it. That seems
Mhm.
more sporting to me.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not judging people
Yeah.
for sitting up in a tree, but that's just not. I don't think
Yeah.
that's my jam.
I've killed one doe, and that
Yeah.
that was pretty fun.
With a bow,
Fun, but I guess we already talked about this.
with a
But
bow,
no.
with a
It was with a
rifle.
gun. It was a
Yeah.
rifle. We sat there for a couple hours, just kind of watching until we found like a really good.
How was that? How'd that like feel?
It was good. So it was like a adult guided, like I or won a lottery from an outdoors
Oh,
club,
okay.
and one of our head football coach took me out, and he
Mm.
had a blind that we walked into. We saw a couple bucks,
Yeah.
but I think it was doe season, so we're looking for does, and we finally saw it was like three of them. I
Oh,
picked I think like the last one, I tried to find the biggest one, picked out of the three,
yeah.
and I shot it.
Did it
I
drop immediately?
know I hit it, but no, it ran. Like I hit it in like the spot you needed, which is like
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
here.
Right up in there. Yeah.
But we looked for it for a while, couldn't find it, and then we saw some more doe. So I got on my knee, and he's like, "You know, I have two tags, so let's just do that." And so I shot it again. Don't know if I hit that one, just because it's so hard. You're on a knee,
Yeah.
you know, compared to when I was in the blind. But we ended up finding it like right before
You found the first one?
dark. Yeah, the first one. Cleaned it. Really weird smell, and that smell stuck in my nose for a couple of days.
How'd it feel like purposefully like killing something like that?
We already said this before.
Did we talk about it?
You might, if I say this, I didn't feel anything.
We had talked about that.
Which is so weird because I
It
remember
just felt like swatting a fly.
it was like because I shot it. I'm like, I know I hit you, and then like I found it. I'm like, just like no fireworks going off in my head.
You weren't just like you didn't like shed a tear or something.
No,
Really?
it was really weird. It was.
I feel like I would be like
really weird feeling.
I would feel like a deep sadness for a little bit, and then I'd be fine.
It was a really weird feeling because you know when you see people hunting, they get very excited, whatever, or they get kind of sad or emotional, whatever. But like I remember shooting it, finding it, like holding up its head for a picture. I don't know if I have that picture anywhere.
Yeah.
But just not feeling anything, and then like the coach was like trying to film me, like, hey, like how does it feel, whatever, and I was just trying to like make an emotion.
Yeah.
Which is really weird to say.
Just borderline sociopath.
Yeah. No, I killed it.
Sneaking.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get just like a psyche eval real quick.
Yeah, for real.
No, that's interesting though. But yeah, I have been wanting to get into like shooting bows or like fishing or something like that.
I definitely want to get that set up because I even cut some branches down today. And then I kind of mowed a path, like what I want, to like 20 yards out, like 20 paces out. And I really want to get back into it. And then I want to test out that target. And if it doesn't work, I want to buy a better target. But definitely because I did archery in high school, like as a team.
Yeah.
And I was pretty good. Not to boast or anything, but I got second in the state. But it was good. It was fun.
How did we get on that? Well, because I asked you about what you wanted to major in, and then you started talking about the rivers and stuff and fishing. And then I got on to fishing.
Yeah. fishing store. You know what a gar is?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we would always seine. So some days when our place that we want to go to is flooded out, that we look for mussels,
Uh-huh.
we'll go seine for like endangered species in
Go what?
a seine is like a big net. A
Oh, so
big net.
is this biology?
Yeah,
Or
this
is
is a
this fishing?
biology. Yes, it's a fish net with so it's a big net, kind of elongated net with
Uh-huh.
poles, like wooden poles at the end of each. So
Yeah.
like you have two people and then one in the back because like it would be you can either get a bagged, I can't remember the correct term, but a bagged seine or
Okay.
just a straight seine where it's just a
Yeah.
straight net or seine with a bag in the back so you can get as
Yeah.
much fish as you go. So you go with the current and you have two people going and the one person in the back so the rock doesn't cut it, rip it open.
Uh,
Um, but we were looking for some endangered fish. I forgot it was a smaller fish. But on this river, it was a bigger river that would have bigger fish. So
uh,
we were like super stoked because like we were looking for endangered fish, but also we were trying to catch like big fish.
mm.
So we're hitting this good spot, and like there's gar on there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did you say if you?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So like they can get big. Like
Yeah.
they're like they've been around for a while. They know how to survive.
Yeah.
And we're going, and it was me and this other girl, my coworker, and you notice like a little like something hit the net because like when
Uh-huh.
you're pulling and feel something hit it,
Yeah.
you know something hit it.
Yeah.
Like it was like a big one,
Mm.
and I looked back and all I saw was like a thing breach, and it was a gar. Like you know what a gar
Yeah.
looks like. I'm like, oh fuck yeah! Like we got a big one.
Mm.
Just massive. And
And so when you guys get, then you kind of like,
yeah, so what we should have done is closed it then,
yeah,
but we kept going into the shore
yeah,
to hopefully we get it, but it got out.
yeah.
But that thing, like when it breached, dude,
Like that long
no
or
lie,
wide?
wide, like the body of it, just massive, dude.
Oh, yawning. I'm sorry.
Dude, no.
But yeah, that's crazy. So
Gars are
yeah, I
awesome.
think fishing would just be, I mean, be nice just because I'm like, my job is like, part of my job is like be on my phone. Like I'm talking to people all the time. I'm checking email. I'm texting people. I'm
Yeah,
calling people. People are texting me. People are calling me.
that's a lot.
Like it's constant. I'm on my phone all the time. If I'm not on my phone, I'm on my computer. The only time I really get away from it is at practice because I mean practice is out at the golf course. But
Yeah.
even then, I'm like I'm on my phone. Um,
There's
so
something about getting off your phone and like getting
I
into
just need to
nature.
like I want. Oh my god, I want it so bad. Because then, so if I get a text, right?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm reading the text. I reply to the text. Well, I'm on my phone, so I just instinctually just like go to Twitter
yeah,
or like go to Facebook, go to
yeah,
TikTok. It's like I don't even think about it. It's just just bam, bam, bam. And then I'm on it, and then I'm scrolling. I'm like, oh fuck, I don't even want to do this.
yeah.
Like, why am I doing that?
Like muscle memory.
Yeah, so I just like I gotta get away from it. Like I read every night. Like I want to start like I don't really have the time throughout the day to like carry a book with me and just start reading in my free time because I don't really have a lot.
Yeah,
So it's like, in those short moments, like I just hop on social media real quick.
yeah,
Like if I got like 10 minutes, I'm on social media. If I got like two
yeah.
minutes, I'm on social media. But it's like, so what do you like? Because you're not a big phone
Mm.
guy.
But you're also at work too, so it's a little different. If you're at home, that's different. Because
Yeah,
if you're at home looking at social media or whatever,
I could be reading.
you definitely could be reading, or you definitely could be doing dishes, or you definitely could be cleaning the house, or you definitely could be
But if I'm at work,
doing something different. But if you're at
if I
work,
got a lull
that's a
at
little
work,
harder.
yeah, if there,
Or you can find something you can do at work to better
yeah,
yourself, or you can put on a podcast easily because you can work and listen to a podcast to
sometimes, yeah,
better
I
yourself.
try to, But if I'm reading emails, I can't listen to something else. I'm like reading email. Um,
Because that's hard because the way your work is different than mine. Because I
it's
the grocery store,
yeah,
you
like you're
have
doing
a set task you need
you're
to
doing like
do.
physical stuff, right?
Yeah,
Like a lot of my stuff is like
mentally
I mean, I'm on my
thinking.
email.
Yeah,
I'm doing stuff on websites. I'm ordering stuff. I'm looking at a spreadsheet. I'm talking to people, printing stuff. Like it's stuff
that's
like that.
different.
It's just it's
Yeah.
all it's like I don't even know. It's like stuff comes up that I didn't even think I would have to do.
Hmm.
Like every day I have something new I have to do. Like it's not like and then like players will come by and talk to you that takes up like some time or something like that. It's like or I gotta go talk to somebody about something. I got a meeting. Like it's just it's constant. Like I mean, I'll have like a list every day. Like I have a legal pad that is literally just a to-do list. So I just use it strictly as a to-do list. I have it on the right side of my desk.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I think of something to do, I write it down. If I'm by that legal pad, otherwise I have a little notebook I carry with me, write it down
Yeah.
there, then I transfer it. But it's like, I mean, I've been doing this for like a few months now.
Yeah.
Just pages full of shit I've
Yeah.
done.
I mean, I guess you can like look up what you can do to like finish a couple things on like your free time if you really really want to. But a lot of those things I don't know, but a lot of those things are probably like I can't do that until this.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
like a
do
lot
that
of
until
that's what's
then.
frustrating too. It's a job that's like a lot of the stuff that I have to do can't get done until other people do their job.
Yeah.
And that's I hate that
Mm.
because I don't want to rely on somebody else to have to do their job because
Yeah.
a lot of times they're not going to do their fucking job.
Yeah.
And that's just the way the world is.
Yeah.
I mean, you just can't trust people. Like nobody wants to work, really. That's just kind of like working with people. It's like
Yeah.
there's people that want to work. Like you can tell there's people that want to work and there's people that don't want to work.
Yeah.
Like there's people that show up at, work starts at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if I stay late, I'm 8:30, 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really cares. But, there's people that don't show up till like 11,
Yeah.
taking lunch at 12, then they go home at like 3. Just like you worked for like 2 hours today.
That'd be harder because it's salary. So I think after a
Yeah.
while you can probably get pretty lackadaisical.
Yeah. I mean, there's also that kind of lack of in salary positions. There is like a little bit of a lack of incentive because you're just
Mhm.
like, I could leave right now and I'm not going to lose any money.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, and then it's like, why work? If the technical work day is 8 to 5, why am I working 6 a.m. to like 7 or 8 p.m.?
Yeah.
Like, why am I doing that? It's like I don't get anything extra out of it.
Yeah.
But that's what you have to do to get that job done.
Yeah.
Coaching is one of those jobs. It's just like it's not. You can't go up there and just work 8 hours a day. Like I had to get up. I mean, I like the way my days are split up is like on certain days where I have practice all afternoon because practice. It's not like the way my practice works is like I can't get not everybody can be there at the exact same time. So I have split up groups.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll have to be out at the course for like 5-6 hours.
Yeah.
So then half my days at the course, half my days in the office. So on those days, if I have a lot of shit to do in the office, I gotta get up. Like the other day, I got to work starts at 8. I got there at 7 a.m. just so I can get my stuff done. Like even today, I didn't even have to go to the course, but I was up at work for almost 12 hours today. I got up there like, well, it was probably 10. I got up there like 7-ish.
That's a coaching life for you.
Oh yeah, and then I'm traveling back to back weeks.
Yeah.
It's just that type of job.
Yeah. And golf just takes up just doing golf.
It's a lot.
Time.
Yeah, it's a lot of time.
But
we can talk about something more fun. Let me talk about work.
Yeah, we can go.
But tell me about
we had a couple things.
You brought topics?
I'll always have topics. Do you want to talk about my newest stuff, or do you want to talk about
run me through some like topic headlines? Like give me some.
This is stuff we can talk about.
Just give me some titles of topics.
Because all this stuff we haven't went through because of those first few podcasts
that we deleted. The audio didn't work. It was all bad.
Anyways, so missing 411. That's the national parks people be missing in that. Just weird things about that. I have facts, a couple stories.
Okay.
Then do you remember the fast food companies are putting commercials in your head? Do you remember that whole skill?
Yeah.
I can get into that one, like you've already seen, and then my little story, which I feel like I want to like redo.
What else?
Redo.
Okay, so what else you got though?
Okay, this is good. It's my story.
I didn't want to go. I didn't mean for it to come off like that.
That's rude. Amazon lost cities. Talking about the Amazon, we can go on and on about that. Anyways.
Well, okay. Think about it. So let's look at the time here. We're 50 minutes in, so it depends on how long you want to go. Because if we touch on a topic like the Amazon, we're going to go for another hour.
I'll just kind of go through. I guess we could talk this one topic. We could definitely fit it in 10 minutes, or we can go even longer.
Do you want to?
We can.
Do you want to cut? You want to cut at an hour, or do you want to go longer?
We can go a little bit longer if you want.
Do you want to push to an hour and a half, or is that too much?
That'd be about 9 o'clock, 9:05. I mean, what else do we need to talk about? after this. We can't talk about this right now.
Yeah, where this is. I mean, we're hitting. This is such a low point in this episode.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's just put it.
Okay, so
push it to it
run through our topics
Okay.
again. Run through our
What's
topics.
going to happen in September? Like this September. Like I have some stuff. Like end of the day is like a 2012 kind of thing. I have some stuff we can talk about there.
Okay.
And then Jack Parson. Jack Parson is a NASA guy way back in the 50s.
Okay.
I think early on, Satan worshiper.
Oh, okay.
And then ethnic bioweapons, which is weird.
Ethnic bioweapons.
I heard this from Robert Kennedy. Is that his name? Robert Kennedy. I was listening to a thing. Then
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah, see, we can stop right there.
No.
We don't have to cut that out.
That once you
that
said
wasn't anything.
No. Once you said Robert Kennedy, I was like, that makes sense.
But
Okay,
it's just fun to talk about.
Yeah, no, it's
crazy stuff.
Yeah, no, he does. He brings up some crazy.
The modified mosquitoes.
Modified mosquitoes.
That can get maybe political, maybe not. No, that's more crazy stuff.
Yeah. Conspiracy.
Then I also have a venting thing about Palm Beach tan and tanning in general. That we could get.
It's like super like serious conspiracy, missing people. Fuck tanning.
Because sometimes I'm like, I think of something and like I'm with my wife, I'm like, I just start going off on it.
Well, here, so we have a notes thing here with some topics. Let me find that.
I think some of them.
Okay, so you have it on here a little bit.
Yeah.
Survive in the desert or an attic?
Just a quick, like, fun question. We can do that.
Let's do that.
Just a fun question.
Let's do that. Okay, so would you rather? Keep going.
Sorry. City of Felicity.
Okay, yeah, you have that one.
Egypt Sphinx. I didn't really look into that.
Lock pickers. You have that in here.
Yeah. Then why do rich people start cults and then survive the desert? Or
why do rich? Okay, let's do. Because
why do rich people start cults? I think I have like a whole thing about it that can.
So where do you have this list? Is this list on our?
Yeah, it's on my side of things.
Oh, okay. It's in
because we can always add it because we talked about adding into one and then really marking it off.
Yeah, that way we know.
I think we should.
Okay.
I think we should do that.
Let's do just a sheet, just a document of just topics. Like it's just a bullet point list.
So like,
of
what
topics.
do we have in this one, and what do you have in yours? Let's just add it all.
But
into one thing.
let's take it where it's literally just like
the topics,
just the title, and then it's just a bullet point, and then we'll just check it. That we talked about it. That way we won't cover it again.
Yeah.
But let's do. So tell me about this. Survive in the desert or an attic?
Oh, sorry, not attic. I meant to do Arctic.
Oh,
I have Arctic. I was at work. I was at work when I was doing live.
So survive in the desert or attic? I'm like, dude, attic. But then I'm thinking, is that like an Anne Frank thing?
No, hold
on. Sorry, R.I.P.
Yeah. There's someone talking about Anne Frank and saying that it was like a whole hoax. I'm just not gonna.
No. I think that'd be interesting.
Did you heard into that?
No, but I'm like, I feel like
wasn't death, or she just wrote a book just to get famous. I don't know if that's a whole thing.
That's interesting.
But I'm sure it's not. I'm sure she was.
I don't agree with the conspiracy, but that's an interesting conspiracy.
Yeah. You want to take that?
Yeah. Can we pause?
Yeah.
Hello? Oh, they're soliciting. We can leave that in. That's fine. I thought it was going to be like a work thing.
Wait, are you good?
Yeah. No, they were like soliciting donations.
Soliciting donations? Is that a new scam call?
It might have been a scam, yeah. It was recorded. It was automated.
Okay.
Yeah, we can leave it in. That's fine.
Leave it in. Okay.
Okay. So survive in the desert.
So it was one of those like, what would you rather? Because we already talked about the ocean. We talked about. Did we talk about the ocean and the space? Would you rather?
Yeah.
Was that left in one of ours?
I think so. I think we talked about that. See, that's why we need the list.
Yeah. Okay. But like, would you want to survive in the desert or survive in like Antarctica, like North Pole?
So are we talking like the Sahara or like Antarctica?
Yeah, we'll just say the Sahara or North Pole.
Okay,
whatever,
well, North
whatever.
Pole or Antarctica, because they're like that's a completely different vibe.
Yeah.
Because North Pole has like polar bears. Antarctica, I think, just has like penguins and shit.
Is it really that different
I,
in
yeah,
animal wise?
I think so. Yeah.
Wouldn't the polar bears are?
I don't think there's polar bears. I don't think there's polar bears in
I
Antarctica.
really don't know what the difference is, to be honest. I just know it's cool.
Well, one's on top, one's on bottom.
Well,
If you believe that we're a
but, like,
globe,
animal wise.
oh, are there polar bears in Antarctica? In Antarctica, polar bears live in the frozen Arctic. They are not found in Antarctica. Even though the North and South Poles are both snow-covered, icy, cold environments, polar bears range across the Arctic Ocean in parts of Canada, Alaska, Russia, Greenland, and Norway. So there are no polar bears in Antarctica. So I mean, if you're down in, I mean, then in Antarctica, there's no land creatures down there that'll eat you.
Yeah, then it's only the elements.
So just the elements. But
Yeah,
if you're in
only the elements.
so are we saying Antarctica? Or are we saying the North Pole?
Let's do Antarctica because
Then it's just elements.
in the Sahara Desert, I mean, there's nothing that's going to kill you unless you get bitten by a snake.
Yeah, it's gonna be like snakes and things like that. So maybe we should do North Pole.
Yeah, whichever one is the worst one. So
Well,
let's do North Pole.
Yeah. Well, then there's no people in Antarctica. I don't think anybody lives there.
I'm sure there's got to be a tribe.
I don't think there is. Because in the north, North Pole, like you get the Canada, stranded. You get like Inuits and Eskimos and things. Like those are legit.
Yeah.
I don't think in Antarctica. I think there's anything.
Canada kind of go into that?
Yeah, it's all. I mean, like North America is connected to the North Pole.
Anyway,
superficially, I think maybe obviously it's icy, so there's cracks and things. But
yeah.
But yeah, so
dead winter or dead heat.
So we'll just say stranded in the desert, stranded in a Arctic place.
Like you literally just have to survive. Like
yeah.
Your plane crashed. Like you didn't get bruises, didn't get scratches or whatever. Just sort of miraculously survived. Everyone else.
Well, have you seen Flight of the Phoenix?
No.
You haven't seen Flight of the Phoenix?
No.
Oh man, Flight of the Phoenix. It's their plane goes down in the Sahara, and then they have to survive in the Sahara, and then they rebuild a plane with no engine power, and then they then they fly it out. At least I don't think it has engines. They like run and
they really try to fly it out.
Yeah,
glide it out.
They like glide it out. I think it's got Dennis Quaid in it. Have you not seen that?
Mm-mm.
I watched that all the time as a kid. Gotta watch that. Gotta check that one out.
Is it an older movie?
Like 2000s.
Oh, okay.
Might be a remake.
It's a remake.
Might be a remake.
It's a remake. Yeah, it's a remake.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know. I mean,
desert.
I think I'm picking
suck.
I think I'm picking desert.
I hate sand.
Sand
is everywhere.
I hate sand.
I hate sand.
Are you?
There's usually.
Are we gonna do a? You can do a Star Wars reference right there.
Oh no, go ahead.
I don't know if I know it. I don't know if I know it word for word. But it's when Anakin Skywalker's like, it's coarse, it gets everywhere, that type of thing.
What's that?
That's in number 2, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Have you seen Spaceballs?
Yeah.
Where like you gotta comb the desert for
yeah, they got big combs. The Schwartz.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna have to go with cold.
You're gonna go with really?
You got water there. It is cold.
I think you gotta go with it though, because then if you can build some form of shelter to keep you from the cold, are you saying like what kind of clothing do we crash with?
Let's say you have the clothing you need there.
Okay, so like I was obviously on a flight intended for that cold for a cold place, so I'm wearing some cold weather gear.
Yeah,
but I don't have tools or anything.
Don't have tools or anything.
Okay, so if I have that, then I can build a shelter. I can build a fire. But I can melt snow. What am I hunting?
Can you though? Is there any trees there? You know what? Maybe I really should have researched these 2 different places so I know like.
Well, in Antarctica, I don't think there's trees in Antarctica.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but in the north, like if you're in like have you seen the gray?
No.
Oh, dude, I mean,
I'm sorry, man.
I'm gonna just.
This would be a lot better conversation if I knew what was going on.
Podcast books. Let me make a list podcast movies here for you to watch. So that way we remember podcast movies.
Oh, maybe it has
with
a
Liam Neeson.
great guy. He's a great guy, right? In real life. He's a great guy, right? Please tell me he's a great guy.
I think he had a thing. I think he had a thing.
Yeah, thing.
I think he had a thing.
On People's Magazine.
No, I think he had a thing.
That kind of pisses me off.
Because one time he said, I think, okay, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure one time he did an interview, like a female friend of his was raped or attacked, and it happened to be by a black gentleman. And so then he like made somewhat racist comments post that.
And here's a moral or I don't know.
I don't know if that I don't know if that allows you to be racist though.
No, but I'm saying like, would you take that or over Flash?
Over
the guy, no.
Oh,
the guy that
played
Flash
would I rather
literally
him
kidnapped people and kept them in the.
Oh well, I think if you look,
maybe we shouldn't talk about this.
Well, because now you're arguing two wrongs here, which is less wrong.
Which one?
I don't know if one is less wrong than the other. They're both wrong.
You know what? Both of them are wrong. I didn't.
Okay, so what I said? I told you, Flight of the Phoenix.
Yeah. And the Gray.
I have the Gray on DVD if you want to borrow it.
Because like, maybe. Well, then I have to plug up my Xbox. You know what other good movie is? Revenant.
Yes, I also have that on DVD.
Oh, did you pick? Did you do the desert or?
I'm gonna go Arctic. Since I
don't want to be in sand.
I'm going. I don't want to do that. I don't want to.
Because you will have water there, and I think you can last maybe a month without food.
Okay, so then I mean, what if like have you seen Castaway? Castaway situation. Are you okay with that? You got the ocean.
On an island?
Yeah, on an island.
Yeah, I think
like with trees and coconuts. And,
yes, I think in that situation you'd be better off than in the desert.
I think you'd be better off than in everything. You got the ocean right there. You have infinite water.
But in the desert you can somehow make it out of, because on the desert there's always.
Oh well, yeah, it's connected.
Is always connected to
but
something.
On an
island.
On an island, I mean, you're stranded. You're just completely stranded there. So that's fair. But I feel like I'd rather a Castaway situation.
Between 1 to 2 months. I would just say 1 month.
I would rather go Castaway situation if I had a third option.
Castaway situation, definitely.
Yeah, because then I mean, you have the ocean. I can boil that water and drink it whatever I want. I have resources on the island. I can build fire. You can fish. You
just need to find a hook and whatnot.
Spear.
Yeah, then you're gonna need to find a knife to be able to, maybe a sharp rock to be able to cut down the.
There's rocks. It's an island.
Yeah.
And he had like stuff washed ashore.
You know what? Castaway situation, probably the best situation to survive.
You could survive there for a long time.
Survive in the Amazon. Yes, no. I'm gonna say no. I can't with the bugs. I can't
there's
with
bugs. There's snakes. I can't with
the stuff that gets in you.
There's bacteria. There's piranha. There's leopards and panthers and jaguars and all sorts of shit. There's indigenous tribes that are very.
And you literally can't hear them. All you can hear is just like maybe.
You're just gonna get like talkies. I mean, is it?
You just walk around.
Okay, but is that? Can you say that? Is that what they're doing now? I think because I was gonna say the same thing. Are they still blow darting people on the Amazon?
Well, in Apocalypto, yeah.
That's hundreds of years ago.
You know, I don't know.
Apocalypto's a good one.
I mean, I watched that one.
How we talked about that one on the last one.
Yeah, we talked about the last one.
That was a good one.
Great one.
But you were watching iRobot, is what you told me. Right,
I started watching iRobot. So I started watching. I'm going to finish it so we can talk about it.
I don't.
Do you want to leave it for the next podcast?
I'm trying to spell Apocalypto. How do you say? Is it
APO? C.
No.
Apocalypto.
Apocalypto. Okay, my guess is APOCALYPTO.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then what else did we said iRobot. The Revenant. Right?
Oh, you did talk about what's his face filming. He was the director of it.
What did I talk about?
Now every time
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And then we talked about Mel Gibson.
You know
Now that I look at his face, like,
He looks like a shady dude.
looks like,
But
he does have a nice beard though. If you look at the beard,
oh, it's a good beard.
great beard.
He's doing a solid beard now. He
Have you?
used to go beardless, like straight beardless all
No,
the
that's
time.
not what.
And then I said,
Dude, there was like a time where like he was working out with that beard. I'm like, oh my god, that's a good beard with a good looking man. Let's see if I find it. There you go, like Santa. Looking like
oh
Santa.
yeah. I mean, that's a crazy beard. He did a movie where I think
he was Santa. He was played that Santa.
he played a badass Santa. Have
Yeah,
you
they
seen
had
that
like
one?
guns.
Yeah,
And
but then he
I've
also
seen
did
that
a
one.
movie where he has that almost exact beard, but he's a professor, and they're writing the dictionary.
Oh,
Have you not? I haven't seen it, but I saw the trailer for it, and it's like he's playing like a genius, that knows like a dozen languages.
that'd be fun. Also, him in Mad Max, great series.
Which one? Which one's your favorite?
Oh,
There's a correct answer, by the way.
there is a correct answer.
To me,
To be fair,
there's a correct answer.
To be fair, I can't really remember which one's my favorite.
Are you counting? Are we doing just the Mel Gibson trilogy, or are you going to count the Tom Hardy?
Oh, the
Fury
new
Road?
one?
Yeah,
I'm not counting the new one. I'm just talking about Mel Gibson here.
but objectively,
Which
the Tom Hardy one is the best out of all of them.
You're talking about the newest one?
Yeah, Fury Road.
Well, yeah, because it's newer. You have better effects. You have better
That's fair.
CGI.
That's fair. But
you have
okay,
better
so
stuff.
out of the Mel Gibson, but the story is just a little better too.
That's true. Now that I think about
The
it,
acting's a little better. I loved young Mel Gibson. Have you seen Gallipoli? Must watch, man. Must watch.
what was the? He had a movie series that my dad and I really loved.
Lethal Weapon.
Yep.
1 through 4. Love it. Love Lethal Weapon. But what's your favorite Mad Max? Or what do you think the best is?
I really enjoyed the newer one that you were talking about.
But out of the original 3.
Thunderdome.
You really?
I enjoyed it.
That's fair. It's a good one.
I enjoyed it.
I think two's the best.
I can't really remember what goes on each one.
I can't remember what is so you have Mad Max and you have Mad Max.
I watched Braveheart the other day. I didn't tell you about that.
Great, you didn't tell me about that one.
Did I finish it? Can't remember if I did finish it, but
what is the second? Sorry, what's the second Mad Max called? You have Mad Max something, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, and then Mad Max Fury Road. What is that second one called? It's like the most iconic one.
Mad Max. Ooh.
Oh.
Hold up. So you got Mad Max, and you got Mad Max 2, and you got Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
What is Mad Max 2? Mad Max 2 has a tagline, doesn't it? It's just Mad Max 2?
Just Mad Max 2. The Road Warrior?
The Road Warrior. That's what it is.
There you go.
Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior. That one's solid. That one's my favorite.
That one, yeah.
Have you? The first one's interesting because it's like it's not post-apocalyptic like the next ones, but it's like
I'm about to rewatch them because I can't really remember.
The first one's like the apocalypse is like happening, like they're right in the middle of it, is what I remember.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm about to rewatch them because it's been a while.
Because he's just like a cop out in like middle of nowhere Australia, I think is what it is, and then it's like there's a biker gang and stuff like that. But I think the apocalypse is happening in the background of his battle with this biker gang. Like people are dropping nukes and stuff. I think that's kind of the gist. And then the next two are post-apocalyptic.
I enjoy Tom Hardy. Sorry to really.
No, you're fine. No, Tom Hardy's great because Tom Hardy was in The Revenant, if you remember.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he's the bad guy. Yeah. So you watched a little bit of iRobot.
Mm-hmm. It was saying when I first 30 minutes, so I can't really say much. But
yeah, have you not seen it before?
No, I have.
Oh, okay.
I'm just rewatching it.
Yeah,
2023. Or sorry, 20. Sorry, I'm sorry. 2035. It says when it was taking place. That's not too far from now.
No,
12 years from now.
Yeah. Well, that's like a lot of like. Have you seen Blade Runner? Mm-hmm. The original Blade Runner.
Mm-hmm. When was that?
2019.
Yeah,
I think it's 2019.
Yeah, they're a little off on that one.
Yeah, but then the second one is 2049, right? Blade Runner
Yeah,
2049.
yeah.
Is it 2019? It might be later. I might be wrong on that. I might be
2019
wrong.
sounds
I feel like
right.
2019 sounds right.
I guess I can look it up, but
No, you closed it. It's fine.
I think because all of those, it depicts the world as being overpopulated.
Which we're getting there a little bit.
I think we are getting there, but if you really think about it, you drive through Kansas.
Well,
not too much. You
but
drive
there's
through
a lot
Wyoming.
but there's a lot of farmland though.
There's a lot of farmland.
So until you have to have that farmland though, you can't
Got to.
because you have to be able to feed the world. So
Mhm.
until they can figure out a way to like shrink farmland, then that
Mhm.
land's being used.
But the whole thing with like a lot of these movies is we just start building up.
Yeah, it's like so in Ready Player One, it's the stacks.
Yes,
They just stack shit on top of each
You have
other.
nowhere to go wide. But I think we haven't made it to that point where I think we are still going wide. I think it's going to take a lot more years before we get to the point where
we'll be dead.
Yes.
I think we'll be dead. I think our lives will kind of be the same. They'll just kind of be like this. My guess is that our lives will kind of be like how they are now until we die, and then it'll be like our kids, like our grandkids, until it starts getting really fucked up. Because it's gonna get fucked up. There's no way it doesn't get fucked up.
Speaking about getting fucked up, we could talk about this. September, I guess, like September 19 and September 23 and the September month in general has been predicted to be like a change in the world. Like something different is going to happen.
So what do you mean? Because
so there's a lot of different things, like government shutting down for a couple of days, like going black, and then someone else coming in. And then I've also heard about like a religious one where like the rapture is going to happen, which you never can tell. You never.
I feel like that one pops up regularly.
Yeah. But that was like on like September 23. Then another one on September 19. Or like then also you hear about aliens coming down and taking over, or projected aliens coming down and attacking us, like from the government.
Projected aliens?
Yes.
So what does that mean?
So I guess they have
like fake aliens?
Yes. So I guess they have technology where they have CGI
holograms.
Holograms, yeah, where they say it's aliens, but it's actually like the government attacking us and like making us stay like in another lockdown situation.
Yeah.
And like the government's gonna fight off the aliens, and then they fought off the aliens, and now we're good to go.
I don't know if they can pull that off.
You don't know what kind of technology is going on.
Well, I mean, technology-wise, they could, but no, I don't. Because who are they going to fight them off with? Like, who would they say they fought them off with? The military. Don't you think people in the military would be like, I didn't fight any fucking aliens?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Or
I feel like that's a little too big.
Or even like more of a reality one where like the military has to come in to make us lock down or start taking away our guns. And like at that point, the military, I think if I was in the military and I had a family or I had a girlfriend that I just married, I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that.
Well, so that's what
I'm just going to deserve.
So, like, you know, a lot of people say like the government's going to come take your guns. It's like,
yeah, there's no way.
Logistically, not possible.
Yeah, police, no.
Logistically, it's just not possible.
Arkansas, Midwest, no, they're not going to.
Just think about it. It's like, how many guns are there in the world? Like in America, there's like more guns than there are people in America. Yeah. There's no way they could logistically go take all of them.
No,
there's no way.
It's a illegitimate fear. Is that the word?
Yes.
Irrational fear. It's an irrational fear that
it is both irrational and illegitimate. Either way, I agree. I think that's
fear that people shouldn't have.
I think that talking point in particular gets used to like fearmonger a little bit. You know what I mean? You hear that one on the news a lot, and then it kind of like gets you to like, they use that to like get you to vote for people in my mind, because it's like that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
it's just not going to happen. There's no way. Like there's stuff like that where like people like they freak out about it. Did we just touch toes? Okay, I good thing I have shoes on. That would have been weird.
Yeah, I have shoes on too, so we're good.
Okay, yeah.
Should we have shoes on from now on so we don't like socks?
What if we were just barefoot?
That'd be even worse.
That'd be super weird. There's stuff like that. There's like talking points like that are just like, there's no way. There's just no way.
Yeah.
But
they're just trying to keep us in fear.
Yeah,
keep us grounded,
they want to live. They want us to live in like a state of fear. That way, they can kind of dictate what we do
and do what they want up there,
Yeah, exactly.
and keep
That's
us
exactly
fighting
what it is.
each other.
And so yeah, that's what they want. They want the division.
They
But
want it.
the September thing is interesting because what happened? What's a big thing that happened in September that just kind of changed everything for everybody?
9/11.
9/11.
9/11. So how many years? 20 was that
20,
2001?
22, yeah, 22
So
years ago.
22 years ago. So that happened. That was big. That changed
That changed.
America.
That changed everything.
I
That changed
think
the world.
that, from what I understand, it brought American people brought together. But like, there's a lot of conspiracy with that. But like, that changed the world. That made. I mean, obviously, we were in wars, but like, we were in another war, another big war for 20 some years.
Yeah. But that, I mean, it's yeah. So I mean, that's the thing. That's a September thing. Is
Yeah,
that technically is that
September.
connected?
It could be. It could be. I mean,
what other big events have happened in Septembers in the past? Because they track that type of stuff. Like events in history that happened on this day. There has to be.
Was this in September or August? But Maui catching on fire. Was that
was probably September.
Like early September, or was that
early
August?
September? I think that was early September.
Either way, it was close.
It was close.
That's pretty big. That's big for Hawaii.
Was 2012 supposed to happen in September?
I think it was the start of 2012. I don't really remember because I was a kid and I really didn't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah, remember they made the movie 2012 with John
movie.
Cusack.
Great movie.
Really?
I love
you. You like you're a disaster movie guy?
You don't like disaster movies? I love disaster.
I don't want to. I don't want to go watch a movie to feel stress.
Yeah,
that's not my goal in watching a movie.
I love watching those type of things. Just saying like, oh, what would I do in that?
So you like 2012 San Andreas with The Rock. Have you seen that one?
I think I chose.
The San Andreas like fault line. Yes. That's like California. People think California's gonna fall off. I might have seen
it, but I like the other ones he's had.
Yeah,
I've chosen not to watch it.
Well,
I feel like it's just too much.
Well, then there's like if you do like, I think it's called The Impossible or something, where there's like they're on like a Southeast Asian vacation. There's like a tsunami, and they have to survive a tsunami. There's all sorts of disaster films like that.
I've seen that one.
I mean,
I enjoy them. Do you like horror movies?
No.
I hate them.
No,
I hate them.
I mean, the scare. Have you seen the It movies, the new ones?
I've seen the first one.
That's as scary as I'll go. I didn't even think it was that scary.
No, I'll watch thrillers. Like if someone's like killing someone, like I'll watch them, or like a serial thing, I'll watch them. But like I used to. But that being said, I started watching the Dahmer one. The series and on Netflix. I started watching it and I stopped before he killed the first person. I was like, I'm not watching that because I have a kid and I have a wife and I don't want to think about that. Nowadays, I don't think. What were you gonna say?
Well, you went like, unless if somebody's killing somebody, then I'm in. We're back to the deer thing again.
You know what?
Well, this is the last. This is the last episode of.
Yeah, we're done. We're not even.
But
supposed to read done.
No, the iRobot thing. We were just talking about movies, right? What were we talking about?
I don't know. We're kind of talking about September, then iRobot, and the end of days.
So the iRobot,
iRobot coming back for September. Sorry, AI.
Yeah,
coming for September.
I think the next episode, we need to talk about AI.
I think we should go straight AI.
Yeah, almost exclusively. And then if there's tangents, we go off tangents.
I would love to do that.
So I need to look up. So I've brought it up. Anytime we talk about AI, I always bring it up. It's that Dune. I told you to read Dune, right? Or listen to Dune.
I think I'll listen to Dune here soon. You want to wait until I listen to Dune and then we can talk about it? That's a 27-hour listen?
That's a long listen.
I mean, I can get it done pretty quick if I enjoy the listen.
So, you guys are about to go on a road trip, right?
Yeah, so I was wondering if I should put in Dune. Is that listenable?
I didn't listen to it. I read it. Physical copy.
Yeah.
Big physical copy guy.
But I can only listen. I can only do audiobooks. If I read, it's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't retain it very well.
So, but would Sarah want to listen to Dune?
See, that's the thing.
How long of a drive is it? 8
hours.
Now, if you listen to it at like 1.7 speed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You could knock some time off that. But
I did try that with the podcast, changing the speeds.
did you bump it up?
Yeah, so I slowly bumped it up.
Didn't like it.
I think
well, it's probably podcast is hard because it's not an even pace.
Yeah, it's different.
So, but if you're on an audiobook, it's an even pace. They try to read it at an even pace, so it kind of help. It just you wouldn't even notice whenever I don't notice whenever I do it.
Yeah, that's true.
But man, I want to wait until you listen to Dune.
So we really get into it.
Yeah, but it's also just like a tertiary thing. Like they bring it up like they never explain it in the book, but they bring up the topic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe they do explain it a little bit. I read it a while ago.
And it's a lot of things to remember too.
No, there's just one topic because it's about, because I've talked about Dune before. I'm not spoiling anything for it. But they kind of like there in Dune, the civilization is kind of like gone past technology.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, did you watch the movie?
Yeah.
So they fight with swords and shit,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, it's because they're past technology, right? They're still like an advanced civilization. There are still remnants of like, there's still good technology, but they don't live off of like
phones,
robots and AIs and phone, like AI and phone stuff. Like they don't use guns, stuff like that. It's like technology is so far advanced. So like they had like a little bit of a robot AI revolution that they had to kind of defeat. And so they kind of like, they said, fuck that shit. Like we're done with that. We're just going to go back to doing the normal shit. So it's like, it's like Star Wars is like very futuristic, but it's also not. Like it's in the past, right? So what is it? It's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So, but they have all this futuristic technology, but it's not where we're at, right? That's like what Dune is. It's like very futuristic technology, but like it's also not, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it could be the cultures, the different cultures.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, it's the different people who wrote it and what they were thinking.
But, well, I mean, because Dune was written in like the 60s.
Yeah.
So before we even had
like cell phones,
before we had technology, really. So that's so it's what people in like the 50s and 60s thought the future was gonna, like, not the future was gonna be, but what future would be like. Because they didn't think about cell phones and shit. But
communications.
Yeah, so it's like they have like it's you'd have to listen to it. I feel like it'd be a good topic to talk about. I feel like you'd like it.
I think it'd be good to listen to it though, compared to reading. I don't know if I can read a full book.
Are you on Audible? We talked about this.
I can't. Maybe we should. I think I'm gonna get back on it because I didn't know there was a lot more free books than I didn't.
There's a lot of free.
Looking at.
There's a lot of free books, and two. I mean, if you go buy Dune, how much was it if you just went and bought it?
If I went and bought it, it was gonna be $28. So it'd be
Audible subscription
$15.99.
Yeah, an Audible subscription is $15.
Yeah.
So it's like you could go get Dune for $15.
Yeah.
Instead of paying it full price, and then you get access to all the free books.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking about the end of the days, like, if you really think about the end of the days and you get worried about it, that like kind of ruins your day. You
can't think about time.
And then,
do you think about time?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm really fucking wasting time right now. Like I need to be doing something else.
Yeah, but it's like you're thinking about like, dude, it feels like not that long ago I was like 18 years old. Now I'm definitely not 18 years old.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I need to be doing something now so I feel more accomplished 5-10 years from now.
You got to work hard. That's why I really stress. That's a big adult stress. I know we talked about like college stress, stuff like that. A big adult stress is like finances.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm doing the right things financially. Like, I'm gonna ask you banking questions after we get off of this because I want to know what bank you use in town. But that's something that's like really stressed me out. But like if I was making more money, I feel like I could do a lot more with it. But right now it's like I don't want to get a lot of it tied up because like I don't have enough money where it's like if something happens, like I need that money.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But do you want to go all the way to flat hour and a half?
Yeah, we can do
50,
that.
You want to do 50 more seconds?
Yeah, we can do 50 more seconds. Like you ever think about seconds like as 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. So stickers and all that stuff.
So you want to end it, and you want to end it like
no. I think we should go another hour.
We can go another hour. And then just right when we say it goes another hour, it just goes. It ends.
Yeah.
I like that.
You're gonna do that.
Yeah.
'Cause I thought about just talking about random stuff.
Yeah.
Just I don't know.
I kind of like that fake out in though.
Yeah, just being.
But
weird
is
about
this
it.
still part of the fake out ending?
Or
I
guess we could just.
See, was that it right there
I
though?
don't know.
Or is it right?
I really don't know.
Or is it right? Or is it
I mean,
right?
a minute now is an hour.
Or is it right now?
We can do it right now. Let's just call it.
You want to do it right now? Okay, because we can keep going on with that stuff all day.
Yeah.
So that was a good one.
Oh, pretty good.
I'm feeling good about that.